This video tutorial will cover the replacement of a LCD screen for Dell Latitude model 3560. The part for this model is the PDJJH, that's the Dell part number. It's a 15.6 inch non-touch, non-glare LCD with a pixel dimension of 1366 by 768. And as with any laptop hardware repair, be sure to disconnect your power and remove the battery before proceeding to do any work on it. This is the laptop in question. As you can see here, we've got a strike that happened on the left hand side of the monitor, and it has cracked the screen, rendering it broken and in need of replacement. So we're going to power down, disconnect power, and what I'm using, and the battery is already removed, is I just use a small flathead screwdriver to gently pry up the corner of the bezel that goes around the inside here. If this is something that you do as a routine part of your job, you're probably going to have some specialized little plastic parts that would be sure to not scratch up the surfaces, but since it's already broken, scratching the surface seemed to be a non-issue. I've actually already loosened this up all the way around the edges, but when you start pulling gently from the corners, you would hear it click as the snaps remove from the top part of the monitor. But I've already kind of started that, so you won't hear the clicking. You work your way around the top, down to the edges, and as you work it, you'll find there's some resistance due to a 1/8 inch double-sided tape that goes along the bezel and the display itself to kind of adhere it. So I'll just pull that back so you can kind of see here. There will be some tape here. You're going to try and save that as much as possible to keep it on the plastic part, because you will find that you use it later when you do the replacement. In the event that you need to have the double-sided tape, that is available. It's about $10 to get some of that. Otherwise, you could use ordinary double-sided Scotch tape, I found. This bezel will just pull out of the base. There's no need for you to dig into the base itself. All your work will be done right here on the display part itself. Once this is out of the way, you want to just kind of move that aside. And then the LCD panel itself is held into place by 4 tiny little screws in these locations. And I have removed 3 out of 4 of them already, actually, so I'll just pull out this last one. Up here. And as you can see, they are super tiny. I just keep them aside. We'll need them later to put the new one in. Once you have this loosened up, it just folds down, and you'll have access to a 30-pin connector for the display that's right here at the base. And I'll zoom in so you can see that a little bit better. And on this little connector, you want to just kind of lift up this tape gently to pull it away from the rest of the display right here. And as you pull it away, but don't pull it all the way off too much here just yet, there is a tiny little clip that you want to release, and that lets you to move the cable away from the display. And then you can take away the broken display, and you won't need it. The new display is right here, and we're going to reverse the operation, essentially just taking that cable, tucking it right back into the connector, closing the clip, folding down the tape, lifting the display into place, And here we're going to want to put our screws back into place. I'm going to zoom back out for you here. With the new display tilted back into place, you'll see you should have your cable for the wire for that 30-pin connector gently tucked back into the bezel there, and we'll have our 4 screws back into place, and all 4 of those. And at this point, I think it's worthwhile to confirm that all the connections are well and that the monitor works as expected before reassembling the whole, clicking that bezel back into place. So I'm going to apply the power to it here again, and we'll just start it up, get a look at it, confirm all is well. This is a good sign so far. And so once we see that that's working well, it did come with a protective cover on that, so we want to pull that off. So it's not stuck on there when you put the bezel back on. And then it's a matter of replacing the bezel. I did go ahead and put some double-sided tape here and there in a couple locations, in addition to the original tape that's already on this, just to kind of help secure it into place. And at this point, you're no harm to just put it right back in place. The machine's turned on, and it's just a matter of kind of clicking things back in. You have to kind of gently fiddle with it a little bit to kind of get it all lined up. But you're home free at this point. Thanks for watching.